Hello, welcome to this episode of Pete's Garden. Thanks for watching. There's plenty of stuff coming up. Lots of different, well, a few different bits and bobs anyway. So stay tuned, and if you're new, please do click subscribe, and I'll see you after the titles. This bag of pendant javelin potatoes was planted in February in the greenhouse, and I put a few inches of compost in the bottom, and then 3 seed potatoes on top of that, and then a few more inches of compost, 3 more seed potatoes on top of that, and then a few more inches of compost. And what you do, for those who don't know, which I'm sure most of you probably do, but what you do is, when they come through the top of the compost, you then put a few more inches of compost on the top. And the reason you do that is because it's where those shoots were coming through that those stems will now start to form potato tubers coming off them rather than leaves. And you keep doing this every time they start to show through the top. When you've got a good 4 or 5 stems showing through the top, that is, if it's 6 seed potatoes you've got in there. And you keep doing that until the bag is full, so probably only 1 or 2 more times, and then you just leave it and harvest them as normal. When the plants have flowered or when they've died off. I've seen people in other videos saying how hard it is to weed between onions. Well, I have to say, I'm not quite sure what they're talking about, because all you've got to do is put a hoe in between them, like that, and then drag the hoe back over like that. And if there are any that are really close to the onions, you can just pull them out by hand. As I've done with other plants in this perennial border, I left the heads of the echinacea on to give the birds some seeds to get and all that sort of thing. But now I've already taken the dead bits from last year off the eryngium, and it's now time to do that with the echinacea, because the plant is strong enough to survive on its own. And actually, that dead part might have been taking a little bit of energy away, and now the plant can survive on its own. I've also been transplanting my melon, so here's a clip of me doing that. This isn't its final pot. pot it up into this, and then when it's too big for this, it'll go into a big one, and so on. And it will obviously stay in the greenhouse. Some varieties of melon, they say that you can grow them outside, and well, most YouTubers, in fact all the YouTubers that I know of that seem to grow melons, seem to grow them indoors in the greenhouse, in a heated greenhouse in fact, and sometimes even then they don't harvest. Great root system on them. I've never grown melons before and actually had them fruit, even when they've been growing in a mini greenhouse. But now we've got this thing that's much closer to being a proper greenhouse. They should do well. Now, if you're wondering why I'm using, or what compost I'm using, I could have potted it on into seed compost, but I'm using multi-purpose compost because that's got much more feed in it. Multi-purpose compost typically will have a lot more feed in it than seed compost, because with seed compost, if you put too much fertiliser or nutrition in there, if the compost company does, then it would burn the seeds. So I've got the label in there, and I shall water it in and apply the slug pellets in a minute. So that's it for this episode of Pete's Garden. Thanks again for watching, and if you're new, click subscribe, and all my social media links are in the description box below, and why not click some of the videos that are on the screen, or one of them anyway, right now. Thanks very much. There'll be more videos coming soon. Bye for now.